Carina Saunders' murder became a case of capture and release. Two men arrested on the suspicion of torturing and killing Carina 9 months after her remains were found in bags behind a Bethany grocery store. Investigators believed it was an intimidation tactic, the efforts of drug and sex traffickers trying to protect their underground operations by silencing their victims. But according to investigators, some of them just couldn't keep quiet.
Everybody growing up makes mistakes. You know, my life has been like this. When's enough enough? Just tired of going through it.
Do you feel like you've paid the price for the mistakes you made?
I have some new developments tonight. Police arrested Jimmy Massey. During interrogation, Massey admitted to knowing about the murder and dismemberment of Carina Saunders.
If the bare facts of the case weren't lurid enough, investigators learned of the possible ties to drug cartels and sex slavery. And by the following summer, 9 months after Carina was killed, Bethany police were feeling enormous pressure to make an arrest. In July 2012, they made two.
Prosecutors filed first-degree murder charges against Luis Ruiz and Jimmy Massey.
But the case quickly fell apart. Oklahoma County prosecutors soon realized investigators had based the arrest more on statements from alleged eyewitnesses than actual evidence.
We faced an incredibly difficult set of circumstances. Our hopes were that in between the time of arrest and the time of trial that we could continue to build that evidence base.
Luis Ruiz and Jimmy Massey languished in the Oklahoma County Jail for 7 months as investigators worked to bolster their case. But an alleged video of her killing never surfaced. Witnesses started to change their stories, and the statements as to how and where Carina was killed now conflicted with each other.
It was just like gut-wrenching. There wasn't no doubt in my mind that this was fixing to be probably the worst time of my life.
Prosecutors had no choice but to dismiss the murder charges.
What it takes to arrest somebody on probable cause differs from the burden of proof that a prosecutor would need in a court of law to gain a conviction.
Chief, with hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently?
You know, over the years, I have second-guessed myself about the decision to keep this case. Looking back, I think we probably had more boots on the ground than OSBI would have been able to provide.
The district attorney saw it differently, and Bethany police relinquished control of the case. More than a year after Carina's murder, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation took over. Luis Ruiz walked free, sued the Bethany Police Department, and settled for $50,000. Jimmy Massey served time for an unrelated drug charge and also went free, but he's still looking for redemption.
They got it wrong, straight up wrong. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a kidnapper. I'm not a monster. And that's why it's so hard. And you know, crying, and it's hard because people think I know something when I don't.
Even though his murder charge was dropped, Massey knows some still believe he was involved, which is why he's speaking out publicly now for the first time.
Still going through it. For no reason. Man, I lost marriages, family, jobs, everything. I'm ready for it to be over with.
Massey admits he's made some bad choices and says he's most regretful of the drug dealing. He believes Bethany police rushed to judgment because of it.
I was just a street pusher. I was just a little man on a telephone. They call me country, yeah, because I'm just no country boy.
Massey says his drug dealing was don't ask, don't tell. So when detectives presented him with a lineup of women involved in the local drug trade, he didn't recognize any of them, not even Carina.
I never sold no drugs to her. I never met her. I never even seen her. I don't even know who she is.
How is it possible that you are operating in these drug circles, but you don't know anyone who was participating?
I didn't pay attention. I just wanted my money.
Massey says he told police the same story. And even though he had been on a bender just before the interrogation, he says he definitely didn't confess to anything.
I was drunk, I was high, I was partying, no. And then when I came to, like I said, I'm in the Bethany Police Department with M1 on my door. Asked them what that is, and they said murder one. I said, no, it was not.
Did you kill Carina Saunders?
No, I did not. I did not. I had nothing to do with her death.
Did you hurt Carina Saunders?
Never heard her, because I never met her. Don't even know who she is.
And did you kidnap someone?
No, never kidnapped nobody. Yeah, period. I don't know. Sure didn't, man.
Bethany police say that you admitted to being present for the murder. Did you witness her murder?
No, I didn't. I'm saying I've never been around anybody. I don't know who did it, and I never witnessed anything.
So you've never witnessed any murder?
I've never witnessed any murder, period.
You go into a polygraph tomorrow morning. Is there anything you're withholding?
Nothing. Hook me up. Let's go. I mean, they're gonna get the same answers. They ask me this, they're gonna get the truth. I don't know nothing. I had nothing to do with Carina Saunders' murder. I'm just an innocent man that got accused of kidnapping. That's how it all started.
Still ahead, Jimmy Massey put to the test. Was he telling the truth when he says he had nothing to do with Carina's murder? What he revealed during his polygraph.